I think we'll.
He did it just to cut you off.
I think we're all up and running. I think everybody's sound is working, so that is cool. So we are back. That's recording. That's stopped. Let's just pause that. Put that up there. And thank you. And Cryptex says this. We subscribed for 4 months. Thank you, Cryptex. Much appreciated. Excellent.
I would interrupt you.
Yeah, I just seen it coming up. Thank you very much. Okay, and Belgian Dragon just hosted us. Thank you very much. Okay, guys, let's slip back into this mode. Do you like the new layout? Longshanks likes the new layout in this one. I'm changing. You can probably see the quite 3D on that one. I'm actually going to change the 3D ones onto this one as well for next week. But flat's a bit big, and I can't fit everybody on. I think I'm going to move Cryptex. Sorry, Cryptex, you're going to have to move closer to me.
That's what the ladies call me as well.
And then so it'll be 3 of us along the bottom and 3 down the side. That's what it's going to be. And then I don't know where I'm going to put my big glass. I don't know where that's going to go, but it's going to go somewhere.
That's the trouble with affiliation. You don't know where to place it.
Yeah, well, a lot of
it's okay. It's see-through.
It's transparent, so we're fine.
Maybe you can put it as a hat.
Yeah, I can just have it on Big B's. I'll just put it on Big B's face somewhere. Okay then. So let's continue. So the final wolf, or zombie wolf as I'm calling it, is dead. So I'm going to take that off the screen. Julius, you're stuck. Sorry, blocking the doorway. Hold the door. Okay, I'm going to get rid of the turn order for a while, and I'm just going to move that because we might need it later on, and make it a shot glass. I can make it. That's a good idea. I could make it a shot glass for D&D and make it a little bit smaller. I can just pop it sort of like here with me. You can just rest there. Okay, so Ariel and Aravol and Tenariel, I presume that you communicate what you saw
yes.
to the party, and then we can pick it up straight away. Off you go.
What did the demon do?
It looked around, it uttered something and vanished.
What did it utter?
What did it look like?
To infinity and beyond.
A miniature demon. An imp.
Was it
perhaps.
Was it a him?
attack by any chance?
It sounded like it said something like Kark or something.
I would just like to take back Sprocketeer's fantastic perception roll because that wasn't even close.
It was something like Julia.
I'm writing that down underneath.
I've put it in the Roll20 chat for you. He actually said Z-Cat.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Well, I'm glad
It
you
said
wrote it
something
down
like-
because I thought you said C-SPAN.
It said Z-Cat. And
Doesn't scenario has Arcania would be able to recognize it as an imp? Assuming that's what it was. It should be readily recognizable for anybody who's studied otherworldly magic.
You need to describe like exactly what it is.
Small.
Because I didn't see it,
It
so I
was a
don't know
small-
what it looked like. And
I'm trying to explain. It was a small miniature demon. Goblin
did
size.
he add horns or?
Looked like a winged goblin, right?
Yeah.
Rory, yeah. You think
It
it's
carried an amulet.
you think you think it was probably a winged kobold or something like that from their description. you don't think you're sort of like thinking, very interesting.
But dude, because we already saw him. Can I relate?
Not from their description.
You mentioned an amulet. Did you recognize the amulet? Oh, sorry. Did you recognize the amulet?
Well, I didn't see the amulet the necromancer was wearing. I was,
This was the symbol that was burned into his chest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it was-
I didn't see that.
I'll roll the.
It was.
Okay.
It was.
He had two amulets. One metal that he was carrying that had the same symbol as the necromancer upstairs had burned into his chest. He also wore another wooden one, which, if I'm not mistaken, had a similar symbol as Tenario's.
It was the same as this one that I was given by Maggie.
Yeah, wasn't it Maggie that was shouting Z-Cat or something? I heard that bit. I've heard that phrase before. I can't remember.
So Maggie is probably under the thrall of Betic.
So that was true. Why would she give it up to us willingly?
Because she's probably spreading his church or whatever, his unholy church.
But
I
the
think she's
need
part
to-
of it then.
Should we
Yeah.
try and see if it'll allow us to follow whatever the creature was?
Let's clear this out first.
We'll clear the basement first, and then all gather to the same ring that this thing went through and do the same spell.
But let's say that.
Cock.
Yeah.
Let's say that Betic enslave a demon to gain immortality. Would the demon want to serve him, or would it wanted to send someone to rescue him?
I don't know anything about Arcana or anything like that, so I can't really mention. I have theories in my own head, but I can't really say it through my character.
Because you know that demon and stuff like that don't come from this plane of existence. So there's someone there.
My character himself is like, we have to chase him down no matter where he goes. Because that is, this is an unholy being. And if we stop an unholy being, then that'll create life where unlife has been.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
That was philosophical.
Deep!
From the person who just blocked the doorway.
Okay,
I was doing well in the
let's
doorway
finish
until
exploring the
someone
basement.
let me at him.
Can I roll an Arcana on the Z-Cat?
Yeah, by all means.
The worm? Oh, whoops.
Oh, yeah. I was going to athletics. Yes, you do a nice backflip and tell everybody. You Z-Cat is a well-known phrase. It actually means transport.
Oh.
I think the demon returned to his plane because
It's not plane travel transport. It's more transport from here to there. You remember from you remembered high-powered magic users and sorcerers and wizards use it when they want to teleport and dimension door and things like that. Right, hang on, because Bazooka's in the room and quite up near the stop. So let me describe what's happening in here. So Tenario and Rurik, you might want to come into the room just so you can see what I'm actually clicking, because otherwise it's going to sound a bit strange. Okay, so these here, these are, they're actually bars that go from floor to ceiling, and they've actually been they look like they've been like wooden stakes put in, and sort of like makeshift stakes, and you can see that they've actually been broken open, and you think it's probably the dogs have or the wolves have sort of like made their way out. There's quite a lot of mess in here, foul mess from the wolves. They obviously haven't been going to the toilet in the nice, neat pile. You can also see within these cages, there's a whole load of what can only be described as human parts, like arms and legs, and you can see that it's almost like a forearm, and it's been gnawed at and bitten away, and the hand's still there, and there's blood in a lot of the places on the floor. It's obviously something that has been done. These wolves have been eating human remains here. There is a door just by you, Bazooka, just here. And it's a normal wooden door, and it doesn't appear to be locked. It just seems to be like a press the button to lift a latch to walk in. You think that what probably might have happened here is that normally the dogs would, or the wolves would actually be in the kennels, which would actually mean that people could pass through this room without being hampered by them. Maybe they might actually walk through and throw them a human arm, or a bit of thigh, and let them sort of like eat it. But there's obviously they've got out. But remember, this door here that you came through was actually bolted from the side that you were normally in.
The outside.
Yeah.
So this is probably the same then?
This is just like a latch, so you can probably just press it, and it's not locked or anything like that.
So I'm gonna
Spring the trap.
You're going to open this door, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm going to say a
With
quiet for the dead.
with my sickle out, just in case there's anything behind there.
Okay. There you go.
Okay, cool. Oh, hello. What is that?
Erval, are you carrying light stones or something?
No. I just have
Yeah,
buckets.
what's the light thing around you?
You must have at one point been
Yeah, he's got like pebbles in his pocket.
Oh, yeah, maybe I guess that I did pick that up the last time we were down.
yeah, that's why
Yeah.
that's why you've got the bright circle around you.
That's what I passed it to, didn't I? But,
Yeah.
Before we just into the
Yeah.
basement. Yeah.
Okay then, so for anybody who can see in this room, the majority of it appears to be exactly how it's laid out. So there is a bed here, and there's a bed here. There's chairs. All this down here seems to be equipment to experiment on. So there seems to be flasks of foul-smelling liquid. There seems to be beakers there. There tends to be bowls of eyeballs and ears and everything like that. This here is actually a cage, and it has exactly what it looks like in there. A body that's sort of like being taken apart. It's almost as if this person was in there, and then somebody's been going in, pulling a part of it off, and then locking the door again and using it, and then going back and pulling another part off. And it's probably, who's the person with medicine?
Me.
Yeah, just roll your medicine.
I also have a herbalist proficiency.
Yeah, there's no herbs here, or like the Americans say, herbs.
But for
Herbs.
like alchemy.
Yeah, so but both of you can tell that this body probably, it's quite disturbing. It was probably alive for a lot longer, and so it wasn't killed then taken to bits. It probably had its arm ripped off when it was still alive, and then sort of like slowly sort of like died. The other thing is, just let me finish talking about what's in this here. Okay, appears to be some kind of furnace, and it's obviously where they get fire from. There's no fire burning in here at the moment, but you can see the odd human bone in here, sort of like thrown in, and you sort of like figure out this would be where can you remember the chimney that you saw up at the top?
Yeah.
This probably goes right the way up to that. And then finally, this in the corner here is a spiral staircase that goes down.
Oh, even more down. Oh,
Wouldn't it?
yeah.
Can I puke a little in my mouth?
Can you what, sorry?
I'm off down it.
Puke a little in my mouth.
Bye.
Yeah, stop. Yeah, puke up a little bit in your mouth. You can do that if you want. I expect. I'm doing exactly the same. It's like, ugh!
Is there any indication of how much it's been used? Like, is there dust? Has it been recently active, or has it been idle for a while?
You think this room has probably been not used for about a week or so? This body, this body here, probably longer. You probably figured that they might have actually wanted to. It's almost as if they've run out of bodies.
Might explain the recent grave robbing.
Yeah.
All right, well, onward and downward then.
I'd imagine that this will probably go towards the graveyard.
Well, no, those were dug-out tunnels. This is still part of this mansion structure.
It depends on what they use. People have never noticed someone leave this place. What that comes to mind is that they haven't seen this place because they've gone underground. If that makes.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
Yeah, as I said, we have to investigate. Absolutely have to.
Is the masonry of the staircases?
Yeah, that's what I was just about to ask you to roll, Rurik.
Oh.
You figured that this has been here, part of the house, for a long time. Okay, when I move you to this next section, guys, can you be very careful what you do with your characters? Because they're, like I reminded you up at the top, this is a dynamic area, and so there might be traps and things to trigger. So if you're going anywhere, then it will trigger them off. Okay, you go down the spiral staircase, and it seems to go deeper and deeper underground. And the first thing that you notice is that this is not an area that is natural anymore. This is actually solid stone. It looks like it's been crafted for some time as you go down and down the spiral staircase. The wood elves, you become frequently more
Distressed.
Anxious, because you feel that you're going quite a way underground, and you notice from the walls that it's almost as if can you just roll some intelligence? Just roll your intelligence.
Oh, very funny.
Sorry.
Hey, you're better than I am.
Oh, that's quite a good roll.
Oh, do you want us all to do it?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Intelligence, Roger.
Holy shit.
Okay, so anybody who's got like 12 or above knows this, and then you can sort of like share it between the party.
Jules.
This
And me.
it's almost as if the house was built on top of this, rather than this being added onto the house. So as you start to go down the spiral staircase, it's completely different to what you've been in for the rest of the adventure. It becomes very damp. It's very grey. It's very almost like monotone. But what you do notice is that there's a strange, eerie, almost like pinky purplish light coming down from the base. And when you get down to the bottom of the staircase, it's quite strange, because imagine that you've got, I'm going to draw it on here for you so you can actually see it. Can you still see the map all right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So imagine that. So this is the staircase, and you're coming down that way. And then when you get down to this point, it's like that. So you can actually go either this way or that way. And this here is a stone wall.
That's an interesting design.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And it's almost as if you can't go one way. You go one way or the other. That is a solid wall in between. And
Right is right.
And it's up to you which ways you want to go. Just so you know, because I know you're going to ask. As you stand at the end of the spiral staircase and look down either side, both sides look identical. There's nothing different from either side. Yeah, sorry, Julius.
I would like to pop my last and only divine sense
Cool.
as I'm in, and see if I feel anything left or right.
Yeah. You don't have to do a roll or anything for it, don't you? No. And it's what is it? Undead fiends.
Celestial.
And celestial. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's almost as if there's nothing here, but apart from this faint from both sides, there seems to be a faint pinkish purplish glow, and there's almost like pulsating. But there's no sign of anything.
I can't feel anything about these two places here. About the same. It's probably potluck in my own eyes. Shush!
That went from Julish through Cornish into complete and utter farmer. There was a bit of pirate halfway through that before it just went completely in.
That's why I started laughing. I was like, what the
I can't keep it. Oh, I tried to.
Okay, so do you all wish to go the same way, or do you want to split people up, or what?
I don't care. I'm going
direction as far as the cardinal points and our relative position to the village.
Ooh, good point.
To be honest, you figure that you're probably completely underneath the house, and you're probably in the same orientation as the house, and you probably think that you're coming like that way into underneath. And so
that way would be towards the village that we came from.
That way is the direction the tunnel went, the curve, the dugout tunnel.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because that went north. This is
Yeah.
going west.
So yes, so you're coming down west. So this, if you went right, that would be almost like going back to the town. You figure. Well, the left one would be going the opposite direction.
I would like to make an investigation to see on the floor which way was more disturbed, like in the dust or the dampness.
Okay, so you're going to, I presume Bazooka's at the front at the present moment in time. So you're going to have to swap places.
Right.
And so Rurik's now in the lead. And do your investigation check. So he crouches down and has a look on the floor and then says, no, there's not even dust here. There's not even dust. It's just like
Is
pure
there any
stonework.
footprints, like
No.
bloody
No.
anything?
You make footprints out of dust.
And dust is actually
And
like the majority of dust is dead skin cells.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just thinking because with the dog mess and the blood that's upstairs.
But they're in different rooms. That might not.
Yeah,
have
but still, you're still gonna like trail little bits of.
not
of it.
necessarily.
What you're saying makes sense. So you're kind of just breaking the fourth wall at this point. There's no doubt there's a reason
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah, I'm not even that intelligent anyway. So right is right. I'm going right.
So you're going right. Okay then. So don't move your characters, guys, because I'm going to move you. Sorry, that was this. I'm going to move you on. Hang on, because I need to get rid of that.
So Rurik licks the stair in an investigation. And it's like,
This is good rocks.
yeah.
I mean, we could split up if you want.
Yeah, we really could, but have you?
That's
really-
always a good idea.
What's the number
I-
one rule in D&D?
Yeah, exactly. Have you ever heard about the first rule of D&D?
Yeah, go your separate ways.
Okay. Can you see that, guys? Now.
No. Oh yeah,
Yep.
I can. Yeah.
Yeah.
So can you see the wall here?
Yeah.
On the opposite side of that is exactly the same as this, but going down the other direction.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it could be going into the same alcove, but like coming down. If you know what I mean. Like if you go into the Addams Family Values house, they have a staircase, and then on each side of the entranceway, they have two stairs going down.
Yes.
How many times
Yeah.
you been in their house?
Have you never been to the Addams Family Values house? Where have you
I've never
been?
been invited.
Oh yeah, cousin Nick. Oh sorry, cousin Nick is my best mate. Sorry, Ian Wills. It's like concentrate, Daniel.
No, it's absolutely fine.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're heading down. Yeah.
I don't know, are you?
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
No, I actually got the reference of you actually clicking your fingers. It's like, yeah. Okay, yeah. I'm back in Bazooka up with where he moves.
Cool.
I'm going to bring up the rear.
Fair.
With
Do I
a-
have a nice rear?
An arrow knocked on my bow.
Okay, Bazooka, I think you can actually. Oh no, you
Yeah, I
can't.
can see around the corner.
Yeah,
see what-
you can see something just at the limit of your vision. It looks like a statue of some description. You can just about make it out at the end of your vision. I've just checked. You can see directly opposite you. You can see its flagstones. You can see here, these are pillars and wall. This part here, which I think you can see, is wall, but it looks like the sort of like the facing's being knocked off it and broken off. So it looks like it's quite damaged.
Decapitated.
Yeah.
Got you. Okay, so I'm gonna. I've got both my sickles out now, and I'm heading around the corner.
Okay.
Okay. Back you up.
We'll move in order.
Yeah.
Can I roll to see the craftsmanship of the walls? Like, are they made by humans or?
Yeah, by all means. Right. Just do your roll. So Bazooka, you can see that statue now. It just looks like normal craftsmanship. It's definitely human, but apart from that, Rurik, it doesn't look dwarfish. It looks human. Bazooka, you can see the thing now. Can you see it? And it seems to be like a slightly larger than human. So it's about just over 6 foot tall. Statue of either you can't see from this distance and it's slightly angled, either male or female, in armor, carrying a shield and what appears to be a hammer.
I can only see walls.
Yeah, because you are further.
You're behind me.
If I show you where it is, you can actually see it, Julius, because it's actually here.
Okay. Oh, okay. That's enough.
Can you see it?
Oh, yeah. I see. I kind of see it now.
Yeah. So if I look
Jeez,
at
you're
you,
right up my hoop, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. Too right. I'm
Not sure what
he's-
the
just to let you,
actually, like,
just to let you know, Julius, he's protecting your behind. That's what he's saying.
Yeah. You're protecting my groin. I'm protecting your upper head.
Right.
I'm
So,
not sure what the size of this map is supposed to be, but my vision level is about here.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
that'd be your light. So if you pocket your light stones,
We won't be able to see anything.
no, you will be.
I have dark vision.
Yeah, because you'll go to hang on,
I thought he did have them in his pocket.
you'll go to there.
Yes,
Yeah.
do that. I'm putting them away.
Can you see now? And
Right,
no,
much better
and
now.
beforehand, everybody else could see that light. So now nobody else can see it. So everybody's working on dark vision. Can I? There is the glow seems to be coming from this direction, and that's just to let you know. That is allowing you to see with your low light, with your dark vision. Because if it was completely black here, dark here with no light at all, your dark vision wouldn't be working at all.
What colour's the glow?
It's like a purpley colour. Bazooka can probably start to see a bit of it now,
Okay.
and you can probably see something else as you move forward.
I could see that.
Right.
I-
So that you can see is actually imprinted on the floor.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask Rurik or in fact the group if they've ever seen that before. or
Well,
if
some
they-
people,
what it-
they just to let you know, I'm just checking.
Some people can't see it.
Everybody apart from Tenarial can't actually see it at the moment.
Right. Okay. So I'm gonna have a look at this. I'm not gonna get too close again. Just
If you get as close as you want to get to it, because I can measure it from your bit.
okay. So
Oh.
I'm happy here.
It
We're
definitely
all happy here because nothing's happened yet.
it definitely looks like a stone statue. It's definitely male, and it's definitely carrying a sword and a shield, and it has plate mail. You can see these now, guys. These are pillars that obviously once were upright and are now sort of like down. And I think
I'm guessing this-
Bazooka, you can actually see this now,
Yeah, I can see that.
which is it's almost like a huge swirling pinky purplish globe that is sort of like pulsing in and out and just swirling all the time, round and round and round. Say again, sorry?
Like an energy orb.
Yeah, there's nothing coming from it.
Okay.
And it's not sort of like, it's not going woo woo or anything. It's just sort of like almost like a
gyroscope.
Yeah, like a like a semisphere, a hemisphere, on the thing. Okay, as you get to there, Bazooka, Julius, you notice something happen. Nobody move their characters, please.
Oh, don't tell me I'd fall in a hole again.
You suddenly notice that the statue goes and actually comes to life, actually animates itself, and it happened, Julius, you can see, as soon as Bazooka passed in front of it. It actually animated itself, and we are going, people, into
combat.
Yeah, let me just remove everybody. Don't.
Here we are.
Hang on, Cryptex. I'll add you.
Just a second too early.
Yeah, it's all right. I can add you, so don't worry.
Thanks. That was a pretty good roll.
Yeah, that's what I saw. I thought you might want to keep it. I'm just going to move Cryptex. I'm just going to move you down, and then I'll move you back. It's just that I can't get the add turn where you were. So you should be able to now add it to the turn order.
Oh dear.
Is that nat 1? That's a nat 1.
Oh, nat 20.
It's a great thing that ones don't affect the initiative order, apart from being bad.
Did you describe this gas mask looking thing down here? Because I didn't.
Yeah, it's that sign, and it's imprinted on the floor.
Okay.
So it looks like it's almost like being painted on the floor. It's quite finessely drawn. It's not sort of like rough and ready or anything like that. It's quite smart.
It's not engraved.
Say again, sorry?
It's not engraved in the floor.
No, it's actually painted onto it. Okay, guys. So Tenariel, you are up. Are we in order? Yeah.
This statue's just started moving.
Yeah. It's literally, I show you what it's done. It was like this, and it's literally gone. Its hammer was down on the thing, and its shield was like this, and it's literally gone. And it has a little pedestal that it was.
Talos.
And yes.
Yes.
So just undo the bit on its ankle, and you'll be fine.
Yep.
And it just steps off the pedestal, and that's when we go.
I said I had an arrow ready on my bow, so I'm going to shoot it. I shall take a shot with my longbow.
I wonder if this is like NPC that's like
17.
So you draw your arrow was already knocked, and you aim and you go like that, and it literally hits the statue and falls on the floor.
Okay.
I'm going to ask, are you friendly?
Okay, Araval, you're up. I presume you had your bow ready and
I had
strung.
my bow as well, but I was kind of redirecting after watching what happened with Tenariel. I'm not sure I want to do the same thing.
Another arrow.
Oh, if only you started that music earlier.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and try attacking you as well.
Go for it.
My pants would have been filled by now.
Too much information.
Oh, I got a nappy on, it's alright.
Too much information. That is not making it any better, Julie. Especially since you're so low on your camera. It's unbelievable. You are not a rock gnome. 21. That actually hits him. You notice that as it moves forward, Ervol, you notice that there's a slight hole in his armor just by his right shoulder, and as he moves forward, you suddenly see it with your elvish eyes and adjust your aim and let loose the arrow that goes straight into it. There's no sound from this this statue at all. There's no sort of like or anything. It just goes and he just goes like that, and then corrects himself and starts to move forward.
The only sound comes to us going, looking at going.
The only sound comes from Julius going as he feels his nappy once more.
I'm also going to take a slight step back.
Yeah, cool.
And then I'm good.
Okay, it's me now. This animated armor stroke statue steps forward and swings at Bazooka. Da, da, da. $24. So you take 8 points of damage. And 22, you take 3 points of damage. So what it does,
3 points of damage.
it attacks you twice in the round. So the first thing it does is that all of a sudden, Bazooka, you feel from behind this almighty bash of this shield, and as you turn round to see what's happening, this almighty hammer comes round and just nails you straight in the side of the head and knocks you to one side. You're still up, so don't worry. Okay, Rurik, you are up. What would you like to do?
The statue is made out of stone.
Yeah.
Can I use my knowledge of stone cutting to give an advantage to Bazooka to point out his weakness and the ways forward?
The only thing you can do that is that if you actually do like you would normally do an attack to actually go next, you would have to move here. Let me ping there, and then actually say that you're not attacking, you're actually supporting Bazooka, so Bazooka actually gets the benefit of your attack. So you're not actually attacking.
Yes.
So, but you're still open to attack. I can still attack you if I wish, but Bazookas then gets the advantage because you're both attacking and you're feinting and parrying at the same time to try to sort of like move them around. Are you happy to do that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's your action. Okay, Bazooka, you are up. What did you, Julius? What did you actually get?
1.
The reason why everyone's fine before me. Everyone.
Is that your first?
Right.
That
My
misses.
first swing.
That you whack your first sickle and it just bashes onto the shield of the statue.
I blame this fight on Halos Blade because
Second.
she said, seems like a boss fight is needed.
Yeah, well, I saw that and I thought, 20, not natural. Yeah, I sound like Nis then. 20, not natural. Hits. Second attack hits.
Okay, cool. 6.
6 points of damage.
Cool for cats.
Still up. Julius.
Wow, it's mine. Okay.
That was actually, by the way, Bazooka, that was actually 15, which didn't hit, and 24, because you've got advantage at the moment, because of Rurik. But the 24, the 15 wouldn't have hit.
I actually drop my shield and double hand my longsword.
Okay. So therefore your armor class will go down by 2, yeah.
Yeah, which will be 19 now.
Yeah.
But my hit is
Nice.
doubled.
You're 21, yeah.
Yeah.
You do different damage on it, don't you?
Yes. I think it's up. I can't remember. I need to actually look this up.
No, you roll a different dice for it.
It's 1d10, isn't it? So
1d10.
10,
I need to roll.
Yeah, so roll a 1d10 and then add on 3,
Yeah.
because that's your strength.
There we go. And watch it be 2.
Oh, exactly the same. Exactly the same, no matter what.
Oh, you're happy about that?
Okay, excellent. We're straight into next round. Okay, bow people, you are in a bit of a problem now because there's melee combat around the statue. However, as previously mentioned, the statue is 7 foot tall. Julius, how tall are you?
I am bio 185, which is 6'1".
6'1". Ereval, you'll be fine on your shots because Rurik and Bazooka are a lot smaller, so you can just aim from the top. Tenariel, you're going to have to move. So if you move somewhere like here, that'll be fine.
Shoot and move.
Yes, you can.
Right. In that case, I'll move to here. Straight line of fire.
Yep.
Take my shot and then move back.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine.
You can move before
21.
and after the attack?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you can split your movement. That's absolutely fine. 7 points. And the only time that it affects it is that if you think about it, people can't move it. If people move in, hit, then move away, then the mob has the attack of opportunity as they move away.
Right.
And
I
then
just wanted to check because it used to be a special ability.
Yeah, no.
Before and after.
Okay, so
And I'll then move back then if that's okay.
yeah.
I thought you would have moved down so you could carry on shooting. It is okay.
Okay,
You can do that each time. I will actually move as well. Down to here to give her a little more space.
yep,
And attempt to fire, see if I can get as lucky as I did last time.
yeah.
I have to buy some.
20?
If I had advantage, I would.
Yes, you would, but 16 actually misses.
Right.
Okay, my turn to fight. So, Bazooka, this is against you.
Roger.
Still.
And remember, children, we've got no healing left.
13 is probably misses.
Yeah, that miss.
And 9
Yeah, that definitely missed.
misses as well. Yeah. Okay. Rurik, what would you like to do?
I will take out my mace.
Yeah.
And I will attack him.
Okay, cool. So your advantage will go from your next Bazooka. You won't have advantage on the next one now.
Unless I roll a 19.
16 misses. So we are now up to Bazooka. So Bazooka, you don't have advantage now. You're just your normal one.
Okay. So I'm going to hack, slash, and stab away.
Stabby, stabby.
So 13 miss. Yeah. 19.
Oh, hang on. Let me check.
Because I'm a champion fighter.
19 does actually hit.
Okay, so it doesn't matter.
Half a champion fighter.
Half. I will stab you as well.
5 points of damage.
Why did that roll 3?
So you quickly whack your sickle at its legs, and it hits it and clinks through its armor, but it is still up. Julius, you are up.
I do the same swing. Double-handed. Oh, not 20.
Yeah, very nice.
Woo! Yeah, you say. So that's my normal.
12? Plus your... Oh, no, you got your plus 3.
No, well,
Plus,
he'll do it again, won't he? Because it'll be a crit.
Yep.
Because
Plus,
that's just one attack, isn't it?
yes. So 17.
Yeah. Which actually, all of a sudden, you hit it again, and the statue goes. Just roll a dexterity.
Okay.
It falls on you.
Now, I just want to make... Yeah, and as it slowly goes back to a statue, you manage to quickly whip your sword out before it actually solidifies back into stone.
Sweet. Otherwise, I would have lost my sword.
You would have done.
Woo. Whew. Okay, navy change, guys.
There
I
you go.
get my shield back up.
Yes, by all means.
Yeah, that's another kill. Thank you.
Technically, it's not alive, so
Okay, you should. Bazooka, can you see? I don't know who else can see it as well, but you can actually see another symbol as well.
Yeah, I did say earlier that I could see this.
And that's-
like target.
That's exactly like that one.
Right, so it's painted on the floor.
Hang on, because I just need to. Okay, then, yeah.
So I'm still going to move around. Obviously, this is
Rubble.
the ceiling from these pillars.
Yeah, it looks like there was once like pillars going up and a ring round it. Not a solid ring, but just like as if it was like a palisade round it, like a column.
So it's not a pile of rubber that I can't climb over.
Oh no, it will just be half movement. Can you see just here, Bazooka? There's
I can
another
see
one
of them things.
statues. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure.
I will call out to Bazooka before, if he's trying to cross, to say, don't breach that perimeter until we have to. We don't know what we're getting into in this ritual circle.
I asked Rurik if he can feel anything with. In fact, Rurik, can you feel anything with your magics in this area?
what?
What? Can you feel your what in this area?
Your balls, can you? Magics, Arcana. It's like, oh,
That's not how it works.
Okay.
I'll roll Arcana to see the symbol.
Yeah, you can see whether or not you can see what this symbol means, by all means.
18.
18?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, you think I'll just bring it up so everybody can see it. That's what it looks like. Hang on. Can you see it?
yeah.
And that, as even Bazooka can tell you, but after Rurik announces it, actually is the symbol of doom.
Doom.
So we have the symbol of death. We have the symbol of doom.
Just roll another. Can you see the other symbol?
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
see.
Do you want to roll that one? Well, hang on. I'll tell you what that one is as well, since you can see it. That one actually means darkness.
Boy, this is a cheery place.
I know,
Yeah,
yeah.
Darkness and everything nice.
This is where my next mosh pit is going to take place. I can tell you that. Oh, they're going to love it. I mean, animatronics.
You can probably see something else now as well, down to the bottom right. Can you see here?
Oh, I see here. Yeah.
There's another statue.
Okay.
So far you've had one here. You've got one here.
That statue just moved.
You've got one here.
Yeah, Jollies and Donoriel, you're gonna have fun with this place.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh,
I'm
that's
guessing there's
great.
probably about 6 or 8 of these.
And I kind of pipe up as like, I wonder if these statues were to defend what was meant to come out of this place, but they kind of failed.
I take a rubble, small like a rock.
Yeah.
I cast light on it and I throw it near the symbol of darkness.
Nope. Oh, I'm getting back.
It's like, no.
If you do anything to breach that perimeter, I'm getting a little bit further away.
Is your light a cantrip spell then?
Yeah.
Wait, someone's got a pebble of light.
I just pocketed it.
Well, there's many pebbles around this area from the rubble. You
But
can
it
always
doesn't
pick-
have light cast on it. I have one that still has the effect. I just stuck it in a pouch so we could see.
Well, now I think doesn't Rurik? There you go. So Rurik now has a pebble with light on. Everybody should be able to see that. Yeah.
Oh, that makes it so much better. Okay. Oh, this is weird. Okay.
Come round by me.
I tried to throw it near the symbol of darkness.
I kind of
Everything.
whisper to Bazooka, it's like, did you know the steps you did? Didn't you move in front of it, set it up? Ah!
Sorry, wrong button. Do you need a nappy change, Julius?
It's like my own.
About him, I do.
It's like,
His own
When-
channel.
yeah, it's my own channel with Clout and everyone setting off these sound effects when I'm concentrating. Don't know exactly how I react to that.
Hang on, because I always have to sort of like check what you can actually see. Julius, if you look right down at the bottom, can you see that there's no down here?
Just a
Oh, I
round,
see that.
half round thing. I can't see
Looks
what
like
it
a
is.
bow or something, or like another statue.
Yeah,
It's
you
like
you
half a,
you figure it might be another symbol on the floor.
oh, okay. I can't. Yeah, I can't see what it currently is.
No, you can't.
I do now.
And I'm not.
That was so funny because Bazooka took a couple of steps forward and Tenariel took a couple of steps backwards in the other direction.
I can tell you who out of this group is going to survive when things go really bad.
Yeah. And I'm also gonna go backwards as well. A few times, like you go, girl.
Hey, this is what I do.
Yeah, find every single trap there is wherever we are.
I get a 19 for throwing the pebble
Whereabouts would you like to throw it?
near the symbol of darkness.
If you ping where you want it to go.
So it'll be around there.
Around here.
Yeah.
You're probably best off coming over to me so it'd be closer.
Oh no, you just crack on me.
So you want to lob it about 50 foot?
Yeah.
Really? Come over by me, dude. It's safe.
It's safe.
You say safe as it is a trivial matter.
Well, what's the range on your hammer?
I'm throwing the rock.
No, yeah, but I'm just trying to relate it to the distance you can chuck it. And I thought, you have a hammer that you're actually quite used to throwing, and
Like
that will have a range on it, won't it? 20
foot or 60 foot.
Yeah, so you're throwing it at like long range. So it sort of like flies across, and let me just.
You could have lit someone's like arrow on a light or something, and they could have fired it and made life easier.
Yeah, but the archer is scared.
If you want to call it scared, you go right ahead.
Let me just.
You don't get anywhere by being cautious.
That's
do.
not true. You
You
get
old age.
Especially in place there's death and doom and darkness.
You choose the place that to be cautious in, and with who you need to be cautious with.
the way you lot are acting. I should be cautious all the time.
Oh yeah.
Should really stop me from going first because it's just
Yeah.
a bad thing.
Do you remember that thing that where we were saying that we were strapped into our chests with one of the baby things? Yeah, that's really tempting at the moment.
Okay, that should have put everybody back down to. So you're back on night vision, normal vision. This is where the pebble landed,
Yeah.
and it's lit up that area.
So nothing happened from.
The symbol doesn't have an effect on the light. Or anything.
No, it literally lands on the floor. It skids a bit, and it comes to a halt.
I'll turn to the others in like obviously Bazooka's doing his own thing. I'll turn to the others and go. I'm just about to go over the threshold. If you cover me, cheers.
I
Hold
was
on one
expecting
second.
to that
Hold on
light.
just 1 second before you go in there.
Yeah.
Can you explain the portal, this goo or whatever it is? Is it flat on the floor? Is it standing upright?
Right. So
Full of energy.
I'll draw a picture of it, sort of like just underneath the statue near Tenariel. Yeah. So if you imagine it, that it's actually like that on the base, and then it's actually like that.
Oh, okay. It's like an
I
oblivion.
can't see that.
Kind of like a dome then.
Yeah,
Right,
like
I'm gonna move back, but I just want to move back to see what you drew.
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So
I see it.
it's like a hemisphere.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to step up to the edge and fire an arrow into it.
Oh, sorry. I just deleted you.
And you're dead.
That was funny. Hang on.
That was a quick response.
He gets
Obviously
like
the wrong move.
he gets spaghetti
Hold on a
flies,
minute.
and he just gets
Disappear
sucked up.
from reality.
There you go.
You don't want to come round here, but he wants to fire something into an energy ball.
Hey,
Well, I think that would be the next cautious step before us actually walking into it.
Yeah, you don't send a human to Mars to see if you can breathe, do you? You send a robot.
Okay, you draw back your bow and you aim it and you fire the arrow and it goes straight into the dome, straight into it.
Does it vanish? I can't see it once it's breached the perimeter.
It doesn't come out the other side, and it just seems to vanish into the hemisphere.
All right, if we're doing this, let's
Yeah.
go ahead.
Right, there's
Can I
like
roll Arcana to know if it's like a dimensional door or stuff like that?
If you roll your Arcana, I'll tell you what you know about it. Sorry,
It's a chicken coop.
It's for 14.
14. You haven't seen anything like this before ever. It could be what it could be. It could be a dome of force that is protecting something. It could be a shield of some description. You've heard about magic that allows certain things to pass, but not other things. You've also heard about spheres or domes like this that can teleport, that can allow somebody like... You've heard that there's domes like this that allows females through or dwarfs through, but will not let gnomes through. You know, there's so many things it can be. To be honest with you, all of you at third level, you've never seen anything like this ever before.
It could be many things. Maybe it's a door to another dimension, or maybe it's a force field. But I think we need to maybe have an idea whether it protects or it could protect the book that they lost, the other adventurers.
It could be anything. We can't really say anything what it is at the moment. Just that it hasn't reacted to me crossing the threshold as yet.
I'll
As
step
of yet.
over as well. Also to point out, let's keep some space for the
Ereval,
Guardians.
you-
We don't want to activate any other one.
Ereval, can you see just here? You can see this statue now.
I can see it as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just saying to Ereval because he's closer, Julius. That's why I was.
I'm back to having the bright light.
Oh yes, sorry. It's because I've copied
'cause
you
deleted
from.
me.
Yeah.
And I see these two statues, one by Bazooka and one by Ereval. It's like, don't get in front of them. They'll probably start when you do. And then I move forward.
I probably can't actually see this symbol on the other side.
Oh,
so
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
marking it on.
I can see that now, yeah. Oh, I can see another one as well down here.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
You can actually see another one. One
And I
that is very familiar to you.
Yes, I do recognize that symbol. And I kind of let out to everybody else that is like, the symbols on the south side is death that we've seen on the body upstairs.
What is this one though?
I would like to cast Magen
Yeah.
and
then-
pass it through the sphere.
Is that another statue here, right on the edge?
No. The statues you can see there's one right behind Tenariel that has reverted back to a statue. There's one up here in the corner so far.
Yeah.
There's one here that you've seen. And I think Ereval can see this one here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So I missed that one until you pointed it out. Thank you.
If we end up activating more of these, try to keep them grouped together. We'll have a better chance of taking them down.
Rurik, you have your mage hand.
I would like to pass it through the hemisphere.
Yeah, it goes right there up to the hemisphere. It passes into it, and then your spell ends. The mage hand disappears, and you just feel that you haven't got it anymore. It's just as if the spell's been cut off. Ereval, as you get that close,
I had a feeling.
the sphere pulses slightly, and a voice sort of like booms out over it. This is what you will hear. Okay, so if you need to write any of this down, then be ready.
One sec.
Betic, you have the death amulet. You have it. You need to find the other 3 before we can activate the portal. Then, and only then, can you join us, and we you. I need to know of your progress. Tell me by the rise of the next blood moon. Use the imp, as usual, to communicate your progress to us. Until we can live forever. Betic.
Damn.
And then the hemisphere just goes zoom.
You want to keep that hamlet safe. That imp's got 2 of them.
That's interesting that it's not a promise of yes, it is kind of a promise, but the voice kind of sounds is like, I will give you immortal life for your soul. It is like, we join together because you have your task, we have our task. You need to fulfill it, if you know what I mean.
What we should be thinking is, how are we gonna stop this, destroy this?
So they have given us the clue.
Yeah. The imp's got 2 amulets. We've got 1.
Rurik, do you just want to make an Arcana check on this final symbol, because you'll be able to see it now. Just from here. If you just move round to Bazooka, you'll be able to see the final one. Just make an Arcana check so you've got all the information. Yeah, so this final one stands for dread.
Dread.
So
doom,
darkness, dread,
doom, darkness,
dread, and death.
4Ds.
Oh yeah. And you know, on hearing the voice, and you know, the circle kind of just shrink like after they did their message.
Say again, sorry.
After their message was like given out, did the portal just shrink like that?
No,
to, like...
it just pulsed for a while the voice was coming through, and now it's just gone back to what it was before.
Okay,
we need to get the 2 amulets from that imp.
Why do you need that?
We don't need it. We just need to get them amulets and keep them safe.
Because they said use the imp before we can join you and you to us. So that means the imp has a final instruction to take the amulets if he dies. So
because you need to have the 3 of them.
Yeah.
So
if
we only use the imp to communicate with us, do we think that if that imp traveled, that he may be returning to his masters and have already brought those other 2 amulets to them?
Quite possibly.
Which
so
means that
let's
there would
not
be
do
one
it then.
remaining amulet to stop this from whatever happening.
Yeah, so we won't bother going through that thing.
Another thought is that this is to another plane. The other portal is to another location.
True.
Yeah.
So they might be, you know, because if, I don't know about our kind of immortal souls and everything, but can't they have like a secondary plan? Is like, right, you have another body, you latch your soul to this body. If this one dies, your soul latches onto the next one, and then you start over again.
Can I roll an Arcana to know if there's a plane of existence that, like, it's shadow and death?
Yes, by all means. You know that there's many planes of existence, and there might even be planes of existence that you have not even encountered yet.
The multiverse.
What amulet have we got?
We haven't got one yet.
Yeah, we have the wooden amulet.
No, he was wearing a wooden amulet that matches.
Mad Maggie gave you an amulet, a little wooden amulet. Which of these symbols is it?
None of them.
Are you sure?
I think it was the one
Absolutely certain.
to use the portal upstairs.
Do you think we can destroy it?
No, I don't think so. I think we've got one of them amulets, and that little imp thing has got 2. He's got the death one, and one of the other ones that you couldn't make out.
Yeah, but if
that other amulet isn't here. I think that was the amulet he used to transport himself.
It's an easy way to tell. Can bring out the amulet that Maggie gave you? Does it match?
Yeah.
One of
It is not the same as any one of these markings on the floor.
And she actually said, and we actually looked at this amulet as well, and it actually helped us with religious, me and Ereval. No, which is the other religious? I can't remember. But the two people that were religious, like me and the other, kind of helped a little bit. So
It vibrated. It had a certain feeling in all of our hands.
Yes. So the one Maggie gave was probably the anti to whatever's happening here.
Or the amulet want to be returned.
I'm thinking she's on our side, and because she was a raving lunatic to the townspeople, that she was warning them. She was warning us. She warned us that this was happening, and she warned us. I think she's on our side, to be honest.
Well, we have a new mission. Obviously, we need to stop whatever's happening. We know Betic was evil in and of himself. Whoever was aiding him to give him immortal life probably does not have good intentions. If they intend to join him here, it's going to be for the detriment for all on this plane. There does not seem to be anything else that we can do here. Until we recover the other amulets, we're not going to be able to stop this from happening.
Recover or destroy.
So let's head back upstairs and see if we can do anything with the other portal and the other amulet.
Yes, absolutely. Which is where I think we should go as well.
But we are going to need to protect this place to make sure that no one else gains access to it, to keep the imp or anyone else from completing the ritual.
Let's roll it up.
You're the best with stone. You're probably the best person to design how.
I'm just moving you together so I can cut and paste you. That's all I'm doing. Just to let you know, it's quite obvious to figure out that the other, as you came down the spiral staircase, there was a left. That probably comes down to the far side of the room.
Was it? Yeah, the thing that I said earlier with the Adam's family values type.
Yeah. So whereabouts would you like to head to?
Go back to the room with the symbols.
Okay.
Not these symbols, the Pentagon symbols.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pinnacle.
Yeah. 1 second.
Do we want to rest? Have a long rest before we go through this? Whatever, or at least attempt to see if we can actually transport.
Okay, guys, can you all see where?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to have to agree with Julius that we are depleted, and it wouldn't be wise to move on until we've recovered.
Yeah.
We want to stay together, and I wouldn't feel comfortable trying to rest in the basement. I was thinking the top floor had the room with 3 beds. We could take 2 shifts of 3 to get a full night's sleep.
Yeah.
For those who need it.
So go upstairs, have a minimum rest to get everything that we need back, health, magic, points, whatever. It's short rest, isn't it?
Okay. Well, yeah. You'll have to do you'll have to do a long rest. You'll have to do 8 hours. Will be the rest.
Scenario will need 4.
Yeah. So you'll have 4 hours meditation, but then you can take the next 4 hours guard duty. So you could actually do. Tenariel could take the first shift 0 to 4 hours. Well, Araval, you actually meditate, and then you could swap over.
Right.
So you could do what they call as elf guard. So the other 3 can actually have their 8 hours rest without taking any guard duty, because you 2 can just flick through 4 hours and 4 hours. Okay, guys.
We need some elves in the army, you know.
Issue is
Bazooka.
my spells.
Can I just say, Bazooka, elves don't exist. Just so you know.
They're not
That
real.
you know of.
It's a game.
And well, you are such a downer.
I can only get my spells back at dawn.
Yeah. So that'll be.
But we don't know what time of day it is or anything because of the clouds and the sky.
Yeah, that'll be absolutely fine. So what we'll say is that the 8 hours actually goes from about 3 o'clock at night, or 3 o'clock a.m. round to the next day. Well, 8, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 o'clock by day. So you can take your time, and then you can probably set off just after lunch. Come back down here 8 hours ahead and so everybody will therefore be up to full health. So if you want to adjust your hit points so I can see them, and then spellcasters, you will actually have your spells replenished so you can pray. So remember, if you want to change anything, then now is the time to change it. If your spells are done on what you can actually cast, then that's absolutely fine. So make that change. Just waiting for Julius to increase his.
Yeah.
A Michael Jackson song.
And I'm back to 21 health. So armor class and then 19.
Excellent. So we'll say that's happened. So we'll pick it up again. That you come down here. The next part. So it's literally been 8 hours. So remember that's sort of like gone by. So it's been about 9 hours since the little devil actually passed through this portal. Okay, and we'll go from there. Okay, what would you like to do?
I think all gather onto the symbol as a runner, facing outwards, ready for, literally ready for anything, type thing.
Are we all going to try and touch the amulet at the same time?
Yeah, kind of.
Poor Tenario, there's all these hands close to you.
Let me get it out of my shirt first.
Yeah, there's Rory going, no, I can touch it in there, don't worry. That's not a problem.
It's either very
I think I've got it.
That is not the amulet that you're doing.
I raise Bazooka on my shoulder so he can touch it.
Story of Bazooka's life, that is, I must admit.
I hate to be the one to point this out, but it may be a sign that there's 5 of us and 5 points to this pinnacle. If we all stand on a point and hold the amulet together in the center and try to read
You are so dark. Oh no, what's so dark as you are. Okay, yeah, we'll do that.
Okay then, and what? So you all stood there with your hands in the center, holding this amulet. Like something from tomorrow's people that none of you will probably remember. So that's a wasted.
I remember it.
You're about to go into the labyrinth to find the Nidus, all holding up. Are you just wishing? Are you clicking your ruby slippers together, saying, "There's no place like home. There's no place like home."
I say Zika.
Okay. Sure as Rurik says Z-Cat, there's an almighty sort of like tug on what can only be described as your souls, and you almost like feel that if somebody mentioned the word earlier on, which was really interesting, you almost like feel yourself almost like spaghettified, as if you're being pulled to somewhere else, but your body wants to stay in this location, and then you get stretched and stretched and stretched, and just at the point that you think you're going to snap, the body almost like gives up at this point, and you whoosh quite straight through what can only be said as complete blackness, and you arrive at what
Jerry's ice cream parlor
appears to be somewhere that is
the Indian takeaway back seats on the right.
underground. These green things around you seem to be like giant toadstools and mushrooms, and the fungus seems to be growing up the wall and over the top. It's completely underground. You got your night vision, so you can see what's going on. You look down, and there's no symbol on the floor here. No symbol at all. The place behind you, Julius, here is just an alcove.
Okay.
It's just literally an alcove, and there's a whole load of fungus around you. You can see everything should be connected to what you can actually see. The fungus is glowing, which actually, hang on, just move back, please, Julius, because I haven't finished yet. The fungus is glowing, which is allowing your dark vision to work, because otherwise there would be no light here at all, and it would be completely black, and you wouldn't be able to see anything. But the glow of the fungus is allowing you to see in the dark and activate your dark vision. You land almost like you sort of like a into the place, and you have a quick look round. And no sooner as you had a quick look round, all of a sudden there is this almighty scream that shatters the silence. It seems to be coming from this toadstool just next to Bazooka, and it's just literally going like that constantly. It's just like you're going, what on earth? And just
screamer,
just from this side of you hear
a scream pitches the sound of silence.
It's the beast of Julius.
a howl.
It's quite different from the Beast of Julius.
I actually thought this cave was the one that we seen the same symbol on, where we got locked in.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I know it's not.
And
But that's what I thought.
and guys, we
No.
will leave it there for this adventure tonight. Okay, so before we go, I like to give you the opportunity to say where people can find you. So somebody go first and then pass it on to somebody else.
I am Big Beastie. You can find me on Twitch. If you scroll down in my down there's, you'll see all my social medias, and then you can follow me and whatever there. Also, you can catch me on a Tuesday in this channel playing some Shadowrun.
Oh, I don't have my glass on this one.
Let's go Cryptex. He's next to me.
Cool. Oh, you can find me here, Cryptex81 on Twitch. Same for Twitter at Cryptex_81. And also on YouTube, Cryptex_gaming.
Thank you. Pass it on.
Hi guys, I am Flap Battery. You could find me on my page, which I'm sure will be linked in the chat. I'm a variety streamer. I play all sorts of things. I'll be playing some PlayerUnknown's that after this. So if you wish to join me and probably play with me when we do that as well, that'd be absolutely fantastic. You can also find me on Twitter with Flat Bat. Sprocketeer.
I am Sprocketeer on Twitter. You can find me here playing D&D on Saturdays and
You shoot me.
during the daytime on Fuzzy Mushroom Blues D&D stream as well.
Oh, Big B, it says an
Whoever's
error
left.
for your game.
Yeah, because
Yeah, I haven't streamed in a while,
Clout.
but I am making a dramatic comeback.
Yes.
I'm Stalin. I don't have Twitter. You can find me in the chat of those lovely streamers there.
he's always in my
Yeah.
chat. He's wonderful.
Excellent.
You can type exclamation scream a number and it's fantastic for flat.
Excellent. We'll all try that now. Okay, guys, you obviously found my channel already. Can I just say thank you very much for everybody who's come along tonight. Thank you to my Game Wisp subscribers who keep this going, to Echoer, to Ero, to Rideron, to Summit, to Cryptex, to Meerhawk, and to Longshanks. Thank you for your continuing support. Thank you very much to anybody who's followed tonight and or who's been along for the first time. I hope you've really enjoyed watching the adventure. If you've missed any of tonight's adventure, then don't worry, because all the adventures will be up on YouTube, and if you go along to inwills.co.uk, you'll be able to see them all there, including not only the D&D session that happens on a Saturday night, but also the Shadowrun session that happens on a Tuesday night at 7 o'clock in this stream. I will be back on streaming tomorrow at 3 o'clock GMT time, when I'll be doing some more Star Wars, and then later on I will be doing my radio show on Wilson Waffling Radio at 8 o'clock with chilled out music and cultured chat. I'd like to say thank you to these people around me today for coming along, because without them I would not be able to play D&D. I'll just be here chatting by myself. So thank you to you guys, and thank you to everybody who's followed or hosted this tonight. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you will come back next week to find out whether or not Bazooka actually gets sucked in to a giant toadstool and actually becomes a gnome sat on a toadstool with a fishing rod. I just hope somebody has a fishing rod to give to him. Okay, guys, it only remains for me to say in my usual way, have fun, and I'll catch you all later. And until then, consider yourself well and truly waffled. Have fun, guys. Bye.